from the Department of War. Check this out, man. They've already changed everything on X. It's no longer DOD Rapid Response. Now it's DOW, Dow Rapid Response. I'm curious how they're going to end up wording this. Is it going to be Dow Rapid Response? Is it going to be DOW Rapid Response or DODUB? Not so sure yet. I guess it's anybody's guess at this point. Just depends on which one sticks. If I were to assume, I'd probably go with DOW probably. They'll probably just keep it, you know, as official sounding as possible. But anyway, America is back at the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
Pete, on recruitment, what do you think?
I was down at Fort Benning, the newly properly renamed Fort Benning yesterday.
Properly named.
Army basic training, and they're so full they can't barely handle the throughput. It is truly historic across all the services.
Let's fucking go, man.
Said. It's been a surge into the, I was going to say the Defense Department, but I would say the War Department. And that you might almost call it a five shift.
It's going to take some getting used to.
Feeling that the country is back, that service is back. And
there were
military families last year, Mr. President, that said, I don't know if I can recommend, I mean, I wrote a book on this. I don't know if I can recommend service to my son or daughter, given what's been done to our military. You heard it over and over and over again. And I hear from those same military families right now, sir, and they're saying, I recommend to my kids that they go into this department, this Pentagon, under this commander-in-chief, who they know will have their back, and they want to serve. So it is historic, and it's the biggest reflection of how motivated Americans are by your leadership, sir.
You know, really, it's nothing more than spirit.
Well, and you know, like 20, 30, 40 years from now, when these military-aged adults that are joining the military right now, that is going to be such a point to brag about when they're older, when they're elderly, when they're talking about when they served the military under President Donald J. Trump. Because, I mean, he's going to go down in history as one of the most effective presidents that we've had, like, easily in American history, without any doubt. Like him or hate him, he's done a hell of a lot as president. Extremely busy. He probably only sleeps like 3 hours a night. Now, as far as the Department of War is concerned, this is going to be a lot of ammunition that Democrats are going to try to throw it at Republicans, or well, specifically at Trump. They're going to call him pro-war. He's a warmonger. I mean, look what he's doing. He's changing the Department of Defense to the Department of War because he's a war-loving dictator. I mean, I can already see all the headlines. I mean, this is too easy. That's what they're going to do. So I guess it's good that he changed it now. He didn't change it next year because that would have been pretty bad for Republicans because there's a lot of people up for re-election next year. And it's not just Trump's image, it's the Republican Party. I mean, he is the Republican Party these days. So I can already see it. I can already see them bitching and complaining about how, oh my God, they're all pro-war now. See, we're not the pro-war party. It's them. They're the pro-war party. Anyway, so this is from GOP. Speaking of which, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, America First, Peace Through Strength, brought to you by the War Department. We are back. Minute 39. How long was this one? A minute one. So this might have it might be a different one. Obviously, it's in the same setting, the same moments, but they might talk about something different. Actually, I believe he actually signs the executive order here.
After winning a war for independence in 1789, George Washington established the War Department, and Henry Knox was his first.
And that's why they're changing it back.
And this country won every major war after that,
in case you didn't know.
World War I and World War II.
Democrats, demon rats,
as you said. Then 150 years after that, we changed the name after World War II from the Department of War to the Department of Defense in 1947.
Yeah, they were pre-woke.
And as you pointed out, Mr. President, we haven't won a major war since, and that's not to disparage our warfighters.
Oh, wow, that's kind of fucked up.
Whether it's the Korean War, the Vietnam War, or our generation of Iraq and Afghanistan, that's to recognize.
Isn't it wild how superstitious our country is? It's actually kind of incredible because we're a very Christian country, and yet we've always been a very superstitious country, which is, it's just interesting. That's just what I instantly thought of when he said that. He's like, ever since we changed the name from the Department of War to Department of Defense, we haven't really won any, like not overwhelmingly effectively, we haven't won any wars, but technically, have we really declared wars since the name was changed? Like the Korean War wasn't a declaration of war by Congress, was it? I don't think it was. I know Vietnam wasn't, and I'm sure, I know Desert Storm wasn't, Iraq wasn't, Afghanistan, like all the conflicts we've been involved with were exactly that. They're just conflicts. I don't think they were full-on wars. I mean, in defense of whoever wants to push back against Secretary Hegseth on that.
Recognize that this name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. Words matter. It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President.
Oh yeah, the left will tell you that. Words do matter.
Ethos. Restoring victory and clarity as an end state. Restoring intentionality to the use of force. So at your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. We're going to raise up warriors, not just defenders. So this War Department, Mr. President, just like America, is back. Thank you for your leadership and your clarity. We're going to set the tone for this country. America first, peace through strength, brought to you by the War Department. We're back.
There you have it, the War Department. Department of War, Rapid Response 47, at POTUS. We won the First World War, ... I'll just let him say it himself.
We've been talking about this Department of War. So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
Pre-woke, I'm telling you. All right. Yeah, man, we were pre-woke back then. All right, so we are the War Department. This is Pete Hegseth on Fox and Friends this morning.
You know, we won World War I, and we won World War II, not with the Department of Defense, but with a War Department.
We're focusing our military on its core mission, crushing America's adversaries.
We're in the business of war fighting.
God, dude, our military, man. Our military is so fucking badass, dude. It's so badass. Straight out of the future, man, compared to everybody else. Just so awesome. Blessed to be in America, or American. God bless America. From Department of War, Rapid Response, President Trump has just renamed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. And I believe he signs it here.
And we will do that
27
right now.
seconds. Not too bad.
I think that's a big one, I'll be honest.
Department of War.
That's a big one. Do you have any questions?
Well, who's keeping the pen? Isn't that a big deal? Who keeps the pen? I don't think Trump like President Trump. He doesn't use multiple pens to do the same signature, because I know that past presidents, didn't Obama do that a lot? Like, he would use like 5 different pens to sign one signature, and then they'd hand it out to all their buddies that probably donated shitloads of money to his campaign or whatever. Anyway, DOW, again, Rapid Response Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. No video this time. It's just showing that the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, has changed his profile, or it was changed on his behalf. So it's official now. And speaking of which, before I get too far ahead, let me see where it is. Okay. I did want to show this. They already changed the emblem here. Look at this. Department of War, United States of America, or the seal. Isn't that what it's called? The seal. So they've changed that. And let's see. War.gov. So I'll link that in the description if you want to check it out. I'm sure it just details, probably, well, no, maybe it doesn't. Oh, no. So this is just showing that they've changed the website to war.gov. So it's not defense.gov anymore. Now it's war.gov. Sorry, I thought that was actually from the White House. I thought that was detailing the executive order that was signed. So Trump renames DOD to Department of War. Not so sure if this is going to be the exact same. No, that's what I was looking for. Okay, that I'm going to link. All right, I'll link that. And I'll just go ahead and get rid of that because, that's kind of pointless. It's on this website. So if you want to check that out and read the details with regard to that, and we'll head back and we will move on